Awesome. So now you know how valuable these influencers are and how valuable it is to actually get them to promote your content. We want to know, how can you, wherever you are, wherever you're sitting or walking or standing, how can you start the process of actually getting people to promote your business and your account today? That is what we're going to be covering in this lecture. And it's actually very, very simple. And I'm going to lay it out step by step for you so you can do them step by step and actually start engaging and interacting with these power influencers and have them start to promote your content and your products. So, step one is that we have to find and choose the power influencer we want to promote our stuff. 2, we have to contact them and obviously ask to promote our stuff. And 3, they promote our stuff. Very, very straightforward and simple. So, how do we reach out to them? There's 3 main ways to do this: Instagram DMs, emails, and messenger apps. So for example, this Instagram DM, you want to, the thing I should say before I go into this is that you want to actually reach out to these people in their preferred method of communication, because you want to have a strong, trusted communication with these people who are going to get a lot of people messaging them. And you want to be working on their ground because they're the one who are really responsible for putting your ads out there. So you want to make sure you have a direct line of communication to them, and that's going to be wherever they prefer. So for example, if you've searched, if you're a programmer and you search the hashtag programmer and you come across programmer.life, and in their bio they say, for a sponsored post, DM. All you need to do is follow them and then DM them. But you need to understand that large accounts are going to have a lot of people messaging them and a lot of people asking for free shout outs and a lot of people really wasting their time. So I would make sure your post actually stands out, and I would start by having something like promo inquiry or paid promo inquiry in the actual message, so that when they see the preview or the subject line of your message, they know it's an actual serious person who's wanting to reach out and wanting to actually pay them or give them a lot of value for the value that they're giving back to you. So here is a sample template that we use. Hey, name. Once again, you start with promo inquiry or paid promo inquiry, and then you can do, hey, username. How's it going? Can you tell me if you offer a paid promo, and how much would it be for you to shout out my page? Thanks. You can also attach the potential shout outs that you would want them to promote, because a lot of the time they're going to be asked, can you send me the content that you want me to promote or the creative that you want me to promote? And they're going to make a decision based on that as well, if it's on their brand or off their brand sort of vibe. So you can also attach those photos and images of what you actually want them to promote, and we're going to be going through what that is in the next lecture. So second way, people might want you to email them, and they'll simply just put at the bottom of their bio their email address, and you'll be able to go in, copy this email address, and then copy it over to Gmail, whatever email provider you use, and then ask them the same thing with the same template. Do you offer paid promotion? Now, you can also use messenger apps. So something like WhatsApp or Kik. Kik is very popular with Instagram influencers. And you can see what you'll see. It's pronounced Kik, but it's spelled K-I-K. You can see accounts that are really big accounts, really big power influencers, broker and leverage most of their shoutouts through Kik. So if you ever see Kik, you just need to download the Kik app and create a username, and then search the username that's in these people's bios in order to connect with them. And the reason they actually do this is because someone like Think Smart Grow Rich, which has 500,000 followers, this is probably one of many of their accounts, and they can use the one Kik name under, say, 10 different accounts. So when you message them on Kik, make sure you mention which account it is that you're actually wanting the shout out on. And it's actually a really good way, if they have more than one account, that you can actually start brokering deals and getting cheaper rates, because they're going to promote you across maybe 5 of their accounts, and you can get it for much cheaper than if you reach out to them all individually. And number 3, if they don't link their messenger in their bio, search for their Instagram handle on Kik And if you can see a match, you can ask if that's them. So for example, this person Think Smart Grow Rich. If they don't actually have their Kick in this bio here, you can actually just go to Kick and search that Instagram handle, which would be Think Smart Grow Rich, and then message the person who has that handle. And it's going to be most likely, especially for longer usernames, the person who runs that account. Now, there are other ways you can actually purchase shoutouts, which is through a middleman, and these are okay. I don't really recommend any of these websites, and I actually I've used Shoutcart, but I haven't used any of these other websites. But I know people have and say they're good, but the problem is that you've got a middleman, and they're going to take some of the money, meaning it's going to be more expensive for you to get these promotions. However, you are going to have a little bit of extra security and make sure like someone else is watching that the transaction goes as planned. Now, the caution and the warning to these shoutouts. Now, there are people out there making a lot of money off shouting out other people's content, but don't really have the account that they say they do. You need to make sure you're checking the stats and the engagements of the account that you're buying shoutouts from before you actually pay your money for the shoutout. So the best way to do it is to go over to Social Blade, and you scroll down once you type their username into Social Blade, socialblade.com, and you see is their Instagram account growing or is it dying? And this will show you basically the way the account is trending. And if the account is trending up, it means they're posting high quality, consistent content, and they're consistently getting new, real followers into their account. Now, someone who's bought a lot of fake followers is going to have low engagement. So if you ask for their stats, it's totally fine. But also, their account's going to be slowly dying and dropping off. So make sure that you're paying for these shoutouts on accounts that are trending upwards. Now, the last piece of advice here, if you have more than 10,000 followers, I highly recommend you use something called Flipmass, which is a really, really cool way for you to broker a lot of shoutouts at a really cheap rate. If you don't have 10,000 followers, once you get there, remember, write this down. Use an app called Flipmass. I use it myself. It's really dependable, really amazing. And it's got a high barrier to entry, say 10,000 followers, meaning it has a very high quality select few people on there who are actually real, genuine accounts, and they're actually very reasonably priced shoutouts. But this is one of the quickest ways, Flipmass, that I grow my account.